Previously on New Kurtz on the Block.
You guys were in the Cerulean Club trying to impress the individual people who are interviewing you for this base entry-level position that you wish to get. They're all fucking weird. Everybody is super creepy or accusational or whatever. Like, it just seems like every single person you meet is just not the best. I'm sure that nothing else will happen and the rest of the score will be super boring with no opportunities for everything to go to shit. And congratulations, you guys have completed your interviews with 4 of the 7 council members who sit within the Cerulean of the Circle of the Flame. And we'll see whether or not you guys made the cut. Yep, I've hit the button and I'm now recording.
I hit the button.
I have the button. And I'm now recording.
Oh, that was slow, Jake.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Right. 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow, so fast.
I mean, that was a Family Guy joke where he was like, you want to see me recite the alphabet from A to Z as fast as possible?
Yep.
Yeah,
Great joke.
It's so good. Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready to clap.
Yeah.
So make a clap. All right. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I
Gonna
get
need
it.
you guys to follow this. I make a clap. I make a clap.
Have you guys seen the Zakoyama?
Okay, room noise. What?
Like,
Zakoyama.
can't
We
be
actually
right.
clap?
Was that
No,
the clap?
no.
That would be very hard for Matt to line
But that
up.
was the
I know.
joke, is me doing all that and be like, and room noise?
And reverse.
After trying to sing Jean Paul's Make a Clap. All right, take it away, Jean Paul.
Who the fuck is Jean Paul?
You know who Jean de Paul is.
Jean de Bar.
Paul de Riba.
I like the idea that
actually do
people
that really good,
listening to
Matt.
this are just going to
Thanks.
hear me say, who the fuck is Jean Paul? That's going to be the start of the episode.
Oh, that's exactly what the start's going to be.
Matt said, take it away, Jean Paul, as soon as it was time to record. And I don't know what he's talking about.
Thanks for explaining it.
I'm just talking about, my garbage guy's from France. He's French. So he's like,
Oh.
what do you want me to do with this? I'm like, take it away, Jean Paul.
And then he claps.
I love that you have to tell a
He goes,
garbage man
"Okay."
what to do with your garbage.
Yeah,
And
shouldn't
that's
he
how he
know
claps
what
every
to
time.
do?
Yeah, it's like, I'm...
That's the only way he
I
claps.
was a
Like, he
doctor back
doesn't,
in my country.
like, he doesn't just
I
clap.
don't know what to do.
He doesn't just clap. He can't because he's French. So anytime there's like a really good mime, or something, he's like, oh.
Every time.
It's so good. That's the only way he can clap is like that.
You saying that reminds me of the scene from Family Guy where they were talking about mime on mime crime.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Does he have
somebody
to say no, make it clap? Every time too?
No, because they're not as funny as me.
That's fair.
You have all finished your interviews with your individual
Right.
people that you were assigned to. Some of them really ruthless, others creepy, some wild, others reserved. But you get the impression that you all did, metagaming, pretty good. I mean, none of you really failed your roles. You either had success with consequences or you had successes. In the instance, I think, where Jake kind of fucked up, he then resisted it, or he used your special armor and he turned it into a 6. Yeah. So
with my Battleborn. I got that with leveling, by the way, in case
Yeah,
anyone's wondering
yeah.
how I got Battleborn.
I remember that.
I
We
chose
talked
to
about that
level.
in the episode. Yeah. So
I think we did. I don't remember.
We did. So yeah, no, I mean, you all have individually returned back to the foyer. Who do you think comes back first? Just curious. Doesn't matter. I'm just wondering.
Probably Lila, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So Lila's standing there first in the foyer, kind of waiting for everyone else. And as you're standing there, you're just kind of like looking around, and there is a servant there. They are waiting for the others to return because, again, you're not, members yet. They don't want you like wandering around. They probably shouldn't have left you alone with all the silverware and stuff. But, now that you're here, there's a servant just waiting there just quietly. And she says, the rest of your associates will be out shortly. Please feel free to look around. Just don't leave the room. You're waiting and you notice that, in one of the hallways, you kind of see there's like a room with like a bunch of like chairs in there, like smoking chairs that people are like sitting in, and they're like reading books or drinking fancy alcohol and conversing with one another. And as one of them sees you looking inside, one of the servants gets up and walks over and kind of like shuts the door, like you're not allowed in here yet. And you look around, and then another person shows up. Who shows up?
I do.
Okay, Zinc shows up in his squeaky leather as he comes into the room, covered in paint.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Lila, that's what you see. You see Zinc show up covered in paint. Feel free to role play.
Yeah, I was waiting for something. I wasn't going to be like, well, here I am covered in paint, I guess. Hello.
I'm sort of looking away and just being like, well, mine went so well. How about, oh my God.
What
happened to you? We're supposed to be inconspicuous. What are you doing?
I had to get a little wet and wild, okay?
Okay, that's my job usually, but what did you do exactly?
What did I do exactly?
Well, maybe not exactly.
I came up with a lot of things like loge flow. I don't know where that came from.
What?
Yeah, it's like a logistics flow, but like loge flow.
Okay, that seems good.
It was great. And then and then my guy painted on me because he thought I was such a beautiful canvas in which for his fantasies and dreams to be bestowed upon. So
yeah, I've done that before as well. That's not really anything new. Did you charge him for it at least?
I guess you could say that as I pull out my hand from my pocket with the little gems and jewels I stole.
Oh my God.
Hey, Lila.
Yes.
Wink.
Oh, you know
so
the trick.
as you were pulling out the gems, right then the person who's standing in the room has turned around to grab a bunch of towels as you showed her the gems and put them away. And then she turns back, none the wiser that you have them. And she comes over to you and she hands you all the towels, and they place a basin of water next to you. And they say, and she leans in quietly and goes, thank you for humoring Rafelio. He really is a genius.
Oh, I knew. I know. I could smell it as soon as I walked in the room.
And
I told him that too.
She backs away, not wanting to, in any way, shape, or form, talk about one of the higher council members any more than that. She just kind of like gave you a heads up as you walked in, like, this guy's wild. And then afterwards was like, good job. And that's it. Then she returns to her complete, like, stoic self as though she is just a servant. And then who else shows up?
I'll show up after that.
Arlo shows up. Arlo, I assume that you are put back on your clothes and all of your gear.
No, I'm just strutting through there. Bare I actually got some oil from the other guy. I just wiped my hands on. No, yeah, I'm clothed.
Yeah. As you leave, you actually kind of leave with the other guy. You know, you both kind of walk out. You know, you could have executed him in the room. Instead, you didn't. But you don't say anything to each other. Now's not the time. And as you go to the foyer, everyone sees this other guy leave. He's still shirtless and very, very hurt. Again, one of his eyes still not quite tracking with the other one. And as he goes to leave, the servant opens the door and she looks at the man and she says, "Your time at the Cerulean Club was enjoyable. We appreciate everything that you did here, but you are no longer welcome. Please vacate the premises and have a nice day." And the man, as he's walking outside, turns and looks over at Arlo. And he kind of like does that thing where you open your mouth a little bit and you use your tongue to like rub the inside of your like teeth jaw when you're like thinking.
Teeth jaw?
Yeah, like your jaw, tooth area. Like, you kind of like, you ever do that when you're thinking? You just kind of like, I'm doing it right now where you're like rubbing the inside of your tooth with your tongue.
I mean,
Is this just something I do and I'm just weird?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this guy's weird too. So he does it as well. Because all these NPCs are made by me. So they're all fucking weird. And he looks at you and you can tell he's doing this totally normal thing that everyone does in this world.
Sure.
Where you're thinking. And he turns around and he leaves after carefully looking at you. Almost like he was studying you for a second. But he doesn't seem upset with you. If anything, he seems grateful, obviously, because you didn't kill him. And he walks out. You guys notice that Arlo's a little beat up. Like, he did get punched hard once, if you remember, right in the beginning.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, hard, though, by a trained fighter. Yeah, I was only hit by Mike Tyson once in his prime.
And look what happened to him. Knocked him out. So
anything you say to Arlo? You witnessed all that, by the way, happen.
Are you okay, Arlo? Or blink twice?
Yeah, why would I not be okay?
How did it go in there?
Perfect. You guys?
Well, look at me.
Yes. I mean,
Obviously, it went swimmingly for me.
Is that what that means?
Well, yeah. This is like I could probably sell this for like a lot of money now that I'm thinking about it.
That's true, actually. I didn't think about that. I probably shouldn't have given you any. Gems.
Valuable
You know, those
art.
gems are worthless.
Too late.
They were fake all along.
And you know what? Hey, Rufus, if you go in there and kill him, this will like triple impress too. Everybody knows.
You're not there. You meant
not there yet.
Arlo, is what you said.
Arlo? You said Rufus.
Yeah, Arlo.
I said that?
You said Rufus.
Yeah.
You meant to say Arlo. It's all right.
Oh, I did?
Again, so many make-believe characters. We get them confused. It's okay.
The paint's clogging up your brain. It's fine.
Rufus isn't here yet.
I don't think I said his name, but
Well, you know what?
Hear it when you listen.
You definitely did when you go back and listen to it. But
Well, he's going to cut it out because he has control.
Hey gang, Mapatulo here. Just hopping in really quick to point out that I did not, in fact, delete it because I am not that petty of a person. Anyways, back to the show.
Bika the Devil, as you say this,
what?
Rufus arrives. And Rufus, how do you look?
I am visibly fucking angry.
Okay. I didn't know what you were feeling as a character because you didn't leave Boucher's personality at all the whole time. Okay. You were sorry I made you visibly angry.
Well, just what that lady did, and I was trying to like stay in character and not give away anything. Because I would have taken that gun and put it right between her fucking ear holes. So
the bullet goes through the ear holes. You don't have to put the gun in there, but it's fine. You're a trained hunter. You probably know this.
I think he meant her forehead.
Yeah. So we say, well, met a judge. She was interesting.
Okay. And how did it go for you?
Great. Really, really great. She doesn't like, let's just say she likes to take the law into her own hands. And
Sounds about right.
She made it painfully clear to me of the type of people we're dealing with here. So we need to lock it in here.
Yes, mine also is quite firm. Did she yell at your servants and when they dropped a glove or something?
Oh no, she shot somebody in the head with a gun.
Oh.
Yeah, I definitely toned down Lila's encounter a little bit, comparatively speaking.
I thought it was a breeze. I did great in my interview.
Yeah, mine just painted on me for a minute.
Mine was more
just
of like a
offered me
Fight Club
tea.
situation.
Oh, that sounds lovely. No, she was going to make me do it. And then I just kind of cowered into a ball and she left me alone.
So your person was kind of like mine. Mine wanted me to kill the person I fought too.
Yeah.
Did you fight anybody?
Nope.
Oh.
Didn't fight anybody. There was a lot of people out there. So,
I fought that giant dude that you saw walk out.
Oh, okay.
As you're all talking,
right? You didn't have to almost fucking shoot somebody in the head.
I almost had to slit his throat.
Yeah, that's about equally as bad, I would argue.
Okay.
I did get this sick ass dagger though. He shows them all the dagger.
Well, I think I almost got painted from the inside.
Oh, what?
What?
I said I think I almost got painted from the inside.
Ew.
Oh, what does that mean?
You usually have to pay extra for that.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, no, I think, I'm just saying.
Is that some sort of sex?
How exciting for you.
It was
I didn't do a great
invigorating.
I didn't do a great job conveying this, Matt, but I would like to just metagame point out. The impression you got is he had the idea that he was going to split your head open with that chisel and paint,
I'm aware.
And paint with your brains.
No, I know. That's what I was saying. He was trying to paint like inside of me.
No, he was going to use your brains as paint.
Okay, sure. I knew it was something along those lines.
Right. I didn't do a great job conveying that, but I'm just letting you know he was real fucking weird.
Understood.
No, you 100% did.
Yeah, no, I knew he was going to do something along those lines.
Okay, well, obviously I'm the only one who's going to get hired here because I actually did what we were supposed to do. And
I got offered a job.
Physically
what?
threatened.
So did I. My guy loved me.
Did you guys get offered a job?
Well, of course. They're deliberating right now, deciding.
Well, no. Like I got offered to be his right-hand man. Did you guys not?
Well, not
get that
in so much as that, but I mean, I'm sure they're deciding. She probably had to talk to the council to make sure it would be okay to hire me on. But yes, I mean, basically, I'm going to be that.
So as you're all talking, Styx comes down around from the corner. And he comes out and he says, I have been informed that a decision has been reached regarding your temporary or interim membership into the Cerulean Club. I have been asked to come and wait with you here. And after a moment, from the top of the stairs, Harville Brogan, the one who was working with Arlo, comes down and he looks at all four of you and he says, yes, I haven't had a chance to meet you all, although I met your associate, Mark Wahlberg here. And I have to say, after conferring with the rest of the council, we are impressed with the members that you have presented to us, Styx. Some of us more impressed than others. As he glances at each one of you, slowly moving from eye to eye, from person to person, his eyes from person to person. And you can't really tell which one of you that was a slight against. But regardless, the membership has been temporarily approved. Now, of course, there's all the usual things we have to deal with. Monthly dues, membership fees, expectations. There's a grace period, blah, blah, blah. I don't deal with any of that stuff, but we'll get you set up with someone who does. But in the meantime, I don't want to ruin your first day with paperwork and whatnot. We'll take care of that later. If you'd like to, you can go into one of anything on the first floor. As he kind of like glances around to the first floor, he kind of points at a couple different hallways, and he goes, "These are all acceptable places for you guys to go. Doors that are locked, obviously, don't go in them. They're locked for a reason. That's kind of how houses work, right? But you're free to go from place to place. Have a seat, mingle, meet some guests, say hello, have a drink, have a snack." And leave when you feel like it. But why don't we have you guys come back, say, I don't know, talk to her. And he points at one of the servants and he goes, and she'll set you up with that stuff. I got to go. And he proceeds to leave. He walks out the front door. He's gone. The man does not handle the paperwork per se. It's just somebody had to come down and say, you're good. And as he leaves, you see him and he's talking to the door closes behind him. You see he's talking to the bouncer and he points back at you guys and he points at him and he gives like a thumbs up. And then he kind of like, as the door closes, you see him, he kind of like waves his hand a little bit like, they're good. Kind of. And then he takes off. And you were all out there and Styx looks over at you and says, a job well done. And he smiles real awkward. You get the impression he doesn't have a lot of friends.
So rude.
Why don't we not be suspicious by making our way to an area that we're supposed to be, and we can discuss what to do from there. As you begin walking from hallway to hallway, he feels like this is a fine place to talk because there's nobody around in the hallways, you know, as you get down to these rooms where people are at. And he says, we need to find the Eye of Qatar. Now, we know it's somewhere within the building, but obviously it's not going to be sitting out on a desk in the lower rooms proper. It'll likely be under some type of lock and key, guarded by a private security force. I delivered it here when I found it initially, and they paid me for my services, so I know what it looks like, but I have no idea where they're keeping it. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted it for the book that they don't have. Let's see if we can find it. And as he says this, he opens a door and he leads you guys into a room where you saw earlier, I think Lila saw it, where there are like seats and chairs and smoking rooms and pipes and books and other things. A gentleman's club where you come and sit and just feel so fucking superior to everyone else because you have membership. In the room, you see people. There's not too many. This is a club that doesn't really have sure, they have official meetings, but mostly you just kind of come and go as you please. And you do see a couple people in there. There's an older gentleman sitting in a smoking chair near a coal fireplace because there's no wood in this world. Probably really bad for your health. And he is, looks like he's working on a ledger, probably financiers or something. Maybe he runs a business, or maybe there's people who owe money, who knows? But he seems to be, he has an abacus that he's counting on and doing classic I'm a businessman shit. And there's another person nearby who is sifting some nice alcohol. This is another older gentleman. And he's wearing very nice clothes and he's drinking the alcohol and he's just reading a book. And there's a bunch of other chairs, but they're all empty. But those are the people who are currently in here. And that's where you're at. What do you guys do?
I'm assuming all sitting fairly close to each other, or are we just standing?
Yeah, you found you could say it's up to you. Do you want to be standing or do you want to go sit down in a corner somewhere?
I just lean into the rest of the party and do you guys think we could use any of these leaders to potentially give clues to where this item is?
I would hope so. I don't. So we just start making ourselves comfortable and making friends, right? What does everyone else think?
I was going to ask, Lila, you are pretty good at using men that abuse their power, right?
Yes, of course.
Well, I got a hell of a guy for you. The man that told us the results, Harville Brogan.
Mm-hmm.
He is definitely one of those guys.
All right.
And he really seems to like me. Wondering if maybe we can. I just know if I try to do any talking, I'm gonna fuck up. So.
Yeah, I'll remind you though, you saw him leave. He left the building. He's not.
Oh, he left the building. Oh.
Yeah, he walked outside, talked to the bouncer, pointed at you guys, gave a thumbs up, and then as the door closed, you saw him do a shaky hand motion, they're cool, kinda. And then he walked off. So, I mean, yeah, it's not a bad tactic to use one of these guys, but he's not here right now.
Okay, well
He
then, so
took
much
off.
for my current
So never
idea.
mind with that, you
Yeah.
fool. Okay, moving on. Anyone else
So
have
as
any
you guys
bright
are
ideas?
discussing this, though, the man sitting in the chair nearby with the fine Brandy, looking, reading a book, he looks up at you all and he goes, "Oh, new members? Please come over here. I'd love to speak to you all. Don't be shy. Stand in the doorway. You're letting all the hot air out. Cold air. What's the temperature? I don't know. Come on." And he kind of
Of
like,
course.
yeah, you're just letting air around, just air fucking everywhere, man.
Air around.
And he asks you guys to come on over.
Okay.
Pull up a seat.
Hello?
Yes, please have a seat. And he points at each one of you and he says,
I wait for someone to pull my chair in for me.
Okay, I'll do it.
I was really hoping nobody was going to do it.
Just spend the next 40 minutes just staying just
like a standoff. Yeah.
Rufus
Thank you.
eventually pushes in her chair as she sits. And you all sit down around him and he says, any of you all ever have brandy?
Well,
No.
yeah, it's one of my favorite drinks.
Of course we have.
Yeah. None of you probably have ever had brandy. Maybe Lila did because she comes
I've
from a noble
absolutely had brandy.
background. But like in a normal circumstance, alcohol of this quality is not available to standard people.
He could be lying.
Yeah.
Well, we're not standard
maybe it's-
people.
Right.
Yeah,
but-
we're trying to lie.
Yeah, we're
right.
trying to lie.
I'm telling you though that even though you lied and said yes, you personally are like, what the fuck is brandy? At least some of you maybe. And he takes out a little what the fuck are those called? A snifter or a
Snifter glass?
Yes.
the snifter glasses, what you drink out of?
Mm-hmm.
A snifter? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He takes those out and he puts them down. Is that what you drink brandy out of?
Yes.
Great.
Snifter? Yeah.
I don't ever drink
Yeah.
brandy. And he pours you all just a little
With
bit.
your mouth.
I mean, like, there's not a lot of this stuff available.
Ew.
I mean, it's a nice facility, but it's not that nice. And he pushes them over to you guys and he says, best thing you'll ever have. Please. Welcome. Drink up. And,
I cast detect poison.
yeah, right. That doesn't exist in this game. So
No.
you can say that you roll something to determine.
No. I'll just have some of it.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, Jake. It's literal fucking poison. It's alcohol.
Yeah, but it's good poison.
That's true, but it is fucking poison. Like detecting poison on alcohol is like, yeah, it's poison. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'll
And
take,
you all drink it?
Of
I
course.
take a sip
Oh,
of it
yeah.
because I know how
I'm
to
taking
drink.
a sip.
Actually, I wouldn't
Yeah.
take a sip. I would shoot the whole thing. I wouldn't know to not.
Yeah, I would be
And he's
sipping
giving you instructions as he's like, yes, now make sure you have to swirl it, and then you have to smell it, and then and he sees you just drink the whole thing, and he goes, well, that's one way to do it.
Delicious.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it was. New members as of just today. I think I heard that we were having some interviews. How'd it go?
Yes.
Wonderful.
It went wonderful. Yes. We are all successful with our endeavors.
Yeah. Who did you guys interview with, if you don't mind me asking?
I interviewed with
Probably
Mr.
don't remember their names.
Mr. Brogan.
Yeah, Mr. Brogan.
I
Miss-
remember my guy's name. Okay.
Yeah. Well, his was easy. The other ones were like Elsteria Alvarati.
To say you couldn't even say her name. So
yeah,
I
right.
couldn't.
Lady Drake. Lady Drake's kind of easy, and Raffaello.
Yeah. Fellow.
Yeah.
Fellow.
That's what I said.
So when you say Raffaello, the guy looks at you and goes, "Oh, you. That's actually who I interviewed with myself."
Oh, and how'd that go?
It went.
Did he paint? Did he paint on you too?
No, he didn't paint on me. You had the luxury of being painted on.
I did.
And he leans in and he goes, he made a plaster mold of my entire body.
Oh, well, my.
I'm not entirely sure what he did with it, but I can tell you that I've never seen it since.
I think we know what he did with it. Wink.
Yeah, wink.
And he leans back and he says, "How's the brandy?"
Oh, it's divine. Just divine.
Yeah.
Very
Do you actually think that? I mean, you've never had alcohol of this style.
Yeah.
It's probably very strong too. I mean, compared to like, brandy is one of those things that I had a patient one time. He was a severe alcoholic, and he told me that we found out he was drinking like 3 pints of brandy a day. And I was just
that's a lot.
Well, that's severe alcoholic. Yeah, these guys, they get to the point where they if they're not actively drinking, then they're having seizures, and then they wind up in my hospital. That's the problem with it. But the fact that it was brandy, I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, usually they just switch to vodka at that point because they're like, it's just like drinking water, man. You just put it down, But it was brandy, and I was just like, God, that is intense.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
Yeah. It's a trooper.
Yeah. He's not well. But yeah, no, so you it's probably very strong, but it's very enjoyable. And he says to you, he goes, "So, what brings you to the Cerulean Club?" Cerulean Club.
Which one is it?
Cerulean. We changed the name.
Just making sure.
Well, the prestige, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And he glances around at all the books and fancy things, and he goes, "Of course, people of our caliber can't be mingling with the dirty, diseased rabble of the streets."
Yes, the dregs.
Ha! Yeah, the dregs.
Ha!
Ha!
Yeah, the dregs.
Yes.
Ha! Puh,
Ha!
puh,
Ha!
ha.
He spits into a spit bucket near him. Patoing.
Please stop spitting.
Oh,
both of
y'all
you.
got spittoon. You got spittoons here? Oh,
great.
As he says, "Ha!" The guy who's doing the business over with the abacus nearby, he just goes, "Ha!"
see, this right here is why we wanted to be here.
"Have you met my associate?" And he glances over at the gentleman with the abacus.
I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah, what did you say?
Abacus. Yeah.
Abacus.
I sometimes worry if I have like a speech impediment, and I just realize I just don't know.
I don't think you have to worry, man. I think it's confirmed.
No, I just don't know how to speak. Is all it is. Because I have to say all these fucking words I don't normally say. Whenever you're playing D&D or Blades in the Dark or whatever the fuck, all of a sudden it's like he wields a flame bridge, a flammager. He glances over at the man who's sitting there writing in his book, and he goes, "Pleasure to meet you. Very much. Have it here. Welcome to the Cerulean Club."
Got our own little boomhauer over here.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine. And this is Humph.
I hold out my hand for him to kiss.
Of course.
Spits on it.
I said a pleasure.
Yeah, see, he flips one of the beads on the counting device that I can't say, and he leans over and he gives you this man has a thick mustache, like you feel like you're being, I mean, not that you probably have ever had the sensation, but you feel like you're being kissed by like a sea urchin or something. Yes.
Ew.
Ooh. Oh.
And when you pull your hand away, it's like it's a little damp.
Oh, thank you so much.
And he goes back to what he's doing. And the man says, they'll give you the proper paperwork and stuff later. It's how the situation is. I'll give you a quick rundown. Until you are officially confirmed and given higher status, we just got to stay on the bottom floor, and they don't like you going upstairs. Apparently there's things up there not for us. I'm sure we quickly will be invited to the upper folds, as our businesses are quite lucrative, and we are the epitome of high-class society, as you can see. And the man nearby in the chair goes,
Of course.
And what was your name again?
I don't have one.
That's not how this works.
Yes, of course. My name? I'm...
Now you see why there's so many Johns in my campaign, huh?
Charrington window drapes.
John Big Booty.
Oh.
Charrington window drapes.
That's right. That's my name. Always has been.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Please.
Thank you.
Call me Charrington.
Of course. What about Chair for short?
Cherry?
Nobody
Cherry?
calls me Cherry.
Oh.
Oh, not yet.
Abort.
All right.
That confuses him deeply because he has like obviously some weird hang up about being called Cherry, but then you're like coming on to him while you're saying it. So he's like, nobody speaks to me that way. No, he just kind of goes, Charrington will be fine, please.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Anyway, I need to get back to my task at hand, but there's other rooms.
Wait, did you say you had to get back to your cask at hand? Because if that was like a Brandy joke, that was really clever.
That's actually really good. Yes.
Yes, I did not say that, but we will cut it out. We will cut this out and we will put it in that I did say it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to my cast at hand.
Yes, of course.
And he goes back to like reading and quickly kind of ignores you again. But you now know that like, you know, you can look around on the ground floor. You've seen most of it. You know, you all went down like different halls and stuff. You kind of sort of saw like different places. None of you saw anything that looks like it would house anything impressive. And Styx does say, yes. And you guys go back into the corner where nobody can hear you. I'm not allowed up on the upper floors either without an escort. I just burped. I'm not allowed on the upper floors
Gross.
either without an escort. Yes, it's a Tycherosi thing. Thank you for making me self-conscious about it. We also have weird fingers.
You should be self-conscious about it. And the fingers.
Especially the fingers.
Yeah, as he opens all
definitely.
4 eyes. Yeah.
Christmas time is here. Happiness and cheer. Oh, welcome to this week's Middle Break, everyone. It is I, your favorite player, Matt, bringing the Christmas cheer to everyone and all. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone who observes this week. Yes, if you're listening on time, it is Christmas week, everyone. We hope you are safely traveling or where you are in your destination with all the loved ones surrounded. And again, if this holiday means nothing to you, I hope you're having a wonderful Monday and I hope this week goes fantastic. But if you do observe, or even if you don't, you want to get us a nice little present? There's a couple things that would really, really fill us with all that Christmas joy. The first thing, subscribe, rate, and review to our podcast wherever you get our podcast from. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcatcher you use, there we are. Go there, subscribe, leave a 5-star review, download all the episodes, subscribe, and of course, write a 5-star review with a little synopsis about why you think you like our podcast, or I guess why you know you like our podcast, I should say. Why do you think you like our podcast? Actually, I kind of like that a little bit more. Let's get Freudian here. Let's go beyond the pale, beneath the veil. Also, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits and on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the Block. We're always posting there. That's your best way to keep up with all things New Crits. Follow us. Repost those posts that we make, tag people that you think might enjoy our podcast. We only grow through word of mouth. So you guys doing those small things really does go a long way for us. One of the ways we like to show our appreciation for all of y'all out there who are just so fantastic is we have a Discord. Yes, a Discord for all things New Crits, but not all things New Crits. You can go there, talk to fans, talk to the cast, talk about the show. But if you just want a safe, inclusive space to relax, that's pretty much what it is. Come in, hang, chill. It's just a great place to vibe out, am I right? And if you haven't joined us yet, well, what the heck are you waiting for? Now you might be thinking, well, Matt, I want to help you with all of these things and get you all these beautiful gifts, but how do I get to all the places that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/Snookers on the Block will get you to all the places that I just mentioned. And some places I didn't even have time to mention, linktr.ee/Snookers on the Block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening this week. As you know, we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon. So until then, enjoy the rest of the episode. We will see you next week. Be safe out there. Be excellent to each other. We love you all. I was like a stand like rave off.
However, in the past, whenever I have delivered items that they were seeking, I was given an escort upstairs and delivered them to somebody up there. So it would make sense that whatever was seeking is probably housed where we're not allowed to go. Maybe we should investigate further.
Has Brogan got back yet?
Nope. And I'm going to say that, like, as you like walk around and look around on the first floor, yeah, there's you kind of already grabbed everything you were supposed to. The rooms you were in got cleaned up. The dead guy in back is gone. The silverware's been put away. You can't steal any more shit. The private residences and rooms are locked up. You're kind of just left with looking at the stairwell that leads upstairs, but there is a servant who is standing downstairs, like ready to take, ready for your instructions and whatnot. And she just says, like, yes, how can I help you? Are you leaving? You're welcome to return whenever you like. And she glances towards the door as though, like, that's the only reason why you'd be in the foyer, right? Because you clearly aren't going to go upstairs. And she glances towards the door and she awaits a response.
No, we're just finding out where all the exits are. You know, we like to do that anytime we go somewhere new. It's a safety thing, you see.
Of course. The only exit and entrance to the building is this one right here. I suppose you could get to the garden and back if you had to, but that's all sealed in to keep the riffraff out. I'm sure you understand. But no, just one entrance and exit. It allows us to control the flow of people to ensure that nobody's here who shouldn't be here. Is there anything else I can get for you?
Water.
Right, of course. Was there... I think she's so taken aback by that because she's like, people ask for alcohol here, right? They come in here and to like drink. And she's like, right, of course, water. I suppose. Well, they
probably
have any.
They probably have fresh water here, right? Because I'm assuming that's not something you get normally out in like.
Yeah, Duskfall. Actually, the one thing you guys have access to is rivers that feed into the ocean. So the water is usually kind of like briny, you know, where it's like half ocean, half fresh. People boil it and then drink the content. Like, water's the one thing you guys have, but yeah, they probably have purified water that they spend time cleaning. And she says, right, of course, I can get you all water. Would you like to wait in the foyer in the lounge while I bring it to you?
I'll wait here.
Please, no more of the foyer. I'm
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Clip, clap, clip, clap, clip, clap.
Very good. I shall return shortly. And she goes and she leaves and goes down to some hallway to where the kitchen probably is. There's the stairs are open, but you know she's going to come back. Let's back it up. Actually, let's back it up a little bit. What action do you use in order to get her to leave and stay gone for a while?
You're a servant.
serve.
So serve.
Yeah,
she wouldn't say no to people that are members. Do I have to convince her to go get me water?
No, she's going to go get it. But the question is that like, she's just going to come back right away and you're not going to be there. So,
okay. How about this? Here's what we'll do. I'll roll.
Sometimes I forget we have to roll dice.
Or maybe I'll do it. Fuck it. I'm going to command.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, she's a servant. You're a member. This is not anything weird.
And I'm going to stare her down and say, take your time in a very commanding way.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Let's see how you do.
What am I rolling here?
You're rolling command.
Well, no, I know. Input position.
Given that you're like new members and you're already like throwing your weight around, I'm going to say that this is a risky maneuver for great effect, though, because like she is a servant and you were telling her to get the fuck like out of here. And you're like, yeah, I mean, like you don't want to piss off the people you're supposed to serve, right? I mean, look what happened to freaking Lila's servant.
Do I get any bonus? Do I get any bonus dice? Can I add in Mr. Brogan said we would be getting the best treatment here?
Yeah, that's all part of it. You were rolling for risky for great effect.
Okay, no bonus dice. Okay, all right. The man can try. 4 and a 3.
Okay, success with a consequence. So yeah, what do you say to her again? You said take your time.
Yeah, but like in a really commanding way, like hey, take your time. Yeah, I'm gonna stare at the face. I'm gonna get right up like nose to nose. Take your time. I command you to take your time. Do with it with what you shall do.
I don't want water from this closest sink. I want it from the furthest away sink.
I want you to go to 6 different water locations. Get them all, test them. Whichever one is the best water, I want that one. But if you bring me the water that I deem not the best one, I will see to it that you are punished. So make sure it's the best one. So you might need to get a few friends involved.
Friends.
The servant stands there and you cannot see even a hint of emotional change on her face as she listens to your orders very clearly that she is to go and gather up all the water in the house and find out which water is the best to bring it back to you, because you will only be drinking the best water here at the Cerulean Club. And
just like that.
She just kind of goes like, right away, sir. And she turns and walks away. You just know this woman is so fucking annoyed with you.
That is too bad. I turn around and I give everybody a thumbs up and I say, wink.
And you say,
wink. That's my thing.
And she walks away. So what I did was I went ahead and increased your negative score a little bit there.
By how much? Wait, by how much?
I gave you 2 points of negative.
2 points of negative?
Yeah, you succeeded. You made her leave, but she's
succeeded
just
on being
like
a douche.
Just you're just a fucking asshole.
Well, I just wanted
the great effect is this woman walked away. She is going to go scour the house for the best water.
So that should buy us some time, right? I mean,
it will buy you some time.
There's
clearly.
There's probably a lot of water here. I mean,
yeah. She's like looking at a well somewhere like,
Yeah.
do I have to drain this whole fucking well? Wait, it's all mixed together. Isn't it the same?
Yeah, but
Do I
some
go
of the
check
water
the toilets?
Some of the water has been out longer than the other.
Yeah, you don't want stale water.
Yeah, I don't want so. She's.
I get. This is one of my fucking frustrating things when I work as a nurse inside the hospital. I'll have patients who will be like, "I need fresh water." And one point, I got so annoyed with someone. I looked at them and I said, "It's all the same fucking age, lady."
No, it does get.
It's been
nasty.
around for just billions of years. It's just one of those people who's just like, I have a servant. Now I'm making you do it. It's not fresh. And I'm like, it's like 4 hours old. It's fine.
Are you speaking? Did you give me 2 because I reminded you of that, Ben? Is that
no, I just gave you 2 because that's what I did. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, she leaves. So yeah, you look upstairs and like, there's nobody within view. It seems like you could probably just walk up there.
After you guys.
Well,
are you all gonna go
I
alone,
put my
together,
hand towards
split up?
well, I'm not good at sneaking, so I'm not
Neither
really sure
am I.
if that's the plan. What is our plan here? What are we going to do?
I don't know, but we've got time.
Well, not that much.
There's a lot of water here.
We go upstairs.
All
And
right.
we act like if somebody sees us, we act like we're lost. We just apologize, And then we go back downstairs.
We've already tried that before. It didn't work very well.
When did we try that?
Zinc, are you able to sneak around up there?
Well, yeah, I'm always able to sneak around anywhere.
Yeah, you can
You
be
look
alone.
up, Zinc is already at the top of the stairs.
He could be a lone wolf, but we won't be able to see him.
Well, then how will we know he's a lone wolf?
Do you want me to be a lone wolf? Because I trust, believe me, I would love to do that.
I think we need to use our assets here as best as possible.
Mine is gone.
Yes.
Styx is there, and of course he says, I do not know where they're keeping the Eye of Qatar, but I do know what it looks like. So perhaps if you find something, you show it to me, or have me come look at it, and I will tell you whether or not it is it. I could stay here and maybe say that you guys left if someone returns, or I could come with you. Up to you to decide.
Well, I want to get up there because
Okay.
I can sneak and find some stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah, why don't we just
How
start with
about-
Zinc in that case? So
Yeah.
Zinc is going to sneak.
yeah, Zinc's going to sneak.
Okay, are you going to do it alone? You're going to lone wolf it?
Yeah, I'm lone wolfing it for now.
All right, Zinc, give me a prowl roll or whatever you decide to start stealthing around upstairs.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be a prowl roll. And we are going to prowl around. Hiya, 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 hiya. Hiya, hiya, hey, oh, that's a 2, 3, and a 1.
Oh no! So much for sneaking around.
Here's what I'll say. I'm gonna
You can resist it.
no. Yeah, but that's a lot of stress.
Not if you don't roll good.
That's what I mean.
I mean, you could roll 6. It could be 0 stress.
Yeah, that's true. Or I could not.
And because it's prowl, you're going to be rolling your prowess, which means you get, I think, 2 dice or 3 dice. Yeah, you got to. Prowess is your best skill.
Yeah, I do want to push it. Then I'm gonna resist it.
Okay. Click on prowess and give me a resistance roll.
Come on, 6.
So it's just one dice. Hey,
Hey.
What'd you roll?
2 6s.
So that's
read.
good.
No, now Matt, I want you to read what it says below what you rolled.
Oh, it says. So I suffer 6 stress minus the highest die result, as we know. However, when I roll a critical on resistance, I get to clear 1 stress. And it just so
Not
happens
bad.
I have 1 stress.
What?
So I'm just going to clear that bad boy off
Oh, nice.
So
as I hop on upstairs.
So what happens is you slink up the stairs and you kind of look left, you look right, you figure out which way you're supposed to go. You quickly notice that you hear some people coming on the right. So you go left. As you turn left, you hear some people coming down the hallway to the right. You turn left again. You go to a door. You go to open it. As you open it, it makes a loud click. You know you know that's very loud. And somebody inside, there is a guard who looks towards the door as you're opening it. And you very quickly just duck over to the side and you proceed to like hide behind like a fucking decorative vase or some bust or some shit. And the guard comes out and he looks around and he hears the person walking down the hall. And he looks at the door and he hears the walking and he walks out of the room and he walks down the hall to go investigate it. And you have now left yourself with a situation where a guard has left the area and he's now investigating somebody else walking around in the house who's supposed to be there as he's walking after him, thinking maybe that was the person who made the noise. And you've managed to somehow turn your fuck up into a wild success.
Woo.
And you feel pretty good about yourself. You're like, that's why they call me Think the Stink.
You wanted to do that
Obviously.
so bad.
Yeah, that's what you say.
Obviously.
Yeah, so you find
Yeah.
yourself in this room now, looking around, and we'll describe it in a second. What do you other guys do?
I don't know.
I think we're just waiting for news and just distractions if needed to keep anyone from going up
Sure,
the
we can
stairs.
stick with Zinc for now.
Yeah, I don't.
Zinc, you look in this room, And let's find out if this is the room that has stuff in it. So I'm going to go ahead and make a fortune roll. And I'm just going to roll 1 dice. And let's see. I'm going to say that on a 6, this is maybe the room you need to be in. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I rolled a 4. It's not a bad thing that I rolled a 4. It's just not the room you need to be in. But it is a room. You know that it's not here now. So as you look around the room, you see that the guard was in here. And it looks like this is somebody's like private office. And you know that you are an expert lurk. You're able to get around and, slink around. And as you kind of look through this office, you get the impression that you are probably in Harville Brogan's office that you just met. It seems like he has his writing implements around, some papers, there's some documents scattered about. You kind of rifle through them. You manage to open up a few of his private drawers and look inside using your expert skills because you rolled so good. And yeah, it's just, you put everything back the way you found it. Nobody's the wiser, but there's nothing in here that screams ancient treasure. It seems like it's more of his just like business shit. And none of it's really like, it seems like he runs a clean business, whatever it is that he does. There's no just like, I'm a criminal and here's my secret documents. Seems like if he is doing illegal things, he hides it well. So there's nothing in here that's really worth like getting. But it's not here. What do you do?
I'm going to just go to another room to find it.
Okay. So as you leave this one, you then need to prowl to another room or stealth around or finesse or whatever.
Yeah. Definitely going to prowl to the next place. There we go. 4, 5, and a 6 were rolled.
Yeah. And I forgot that I should be giving you guys like risky versus desperate. These are all risky rolls, by the way, because you're where you shouldn't be. But nobody's caught you yet, so you could still pull the whole like, oops, I'm not supposed to be here thing. And maybe not like get in trouble. Right. But these are all risky standards right now, which is the usual like default roll. And you find yourself at another room. No guards there. Doors open, or you pick the lock to open it up and you get inside. And let's go ahead and do another fortune roll and see what we got. So now I'm going to roll a dice and we'll say either a 5 or a 6. You are where you need to be.
Come on, dice.
Oh, I hit cancel. That's not how you roll dice.
Don't do that.
I know how to use this system. All right. So as you get to this door, it is locked. And, there was a guard standing outside initially, but I think when the other guard came out and was like, did you hear that? The guy was like, I didn't hear anything. And he's like, no, somebody just opened this door. This is the previous room. He was like, who? And he's like, I don't know. Didn't you see anything? And he's like, I didn't see anything. Then they both kind of like look around and they hear the footsteps off in the distance of somebody else walking around upstairs who's probably supposed to be there. And they go after it. And as they go after it, you walk up to the door and unlock it. Again, you have Infiltrator. You can just unlock things. You roll a 6, you unlock it. And you open the door and you look inside. And this appears to be some type of room that houses items. You're not sure what type of items because they're all in individually locked things. There's drawers, glass cases, standard chests. There's documents, but there's bars on the window. This is designed to be some type of storehouse, and inside this place, there's stuff. So you feel like it's a very good chance that where you are might house something important that you want to steal.
Okay.
And as you do this, though, you know full well that you don't know what the item looks like. You just know it's some type of amulet. And so what do you do?
Well, at least start looking around for some kind of amulet. I mean, something that matches the description of what I'm looking for.
Okay. What action should you roll to find the thing?
Let's see.
You're looking for something.
Yes. No, I
Now,
I understand.
You know full well
I understand.
that you know full well that
How to
downstairs you have your team who could always look as well. Maybe they're better at these things. You
someone
found the
who has
room.
more.
There's also Styx himself who like knows what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm just going to take, so since I'm here, I'm just going to take like a quick look around.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe you just like roll 6.
Yeah, and if not, then hey, then I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm rolling
survey. Okay.
Survey, obviously. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, and because you have 0 points in it, you actually roll 2 and you take the lower one. I would say this would be.
So I rolled a 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a controlled thing. By the way, it's not risky just because there's nobody.
Yeah,
here.
no one's in here.
You look around and you're like, "There's a lot of shit in here, and I don't know what any of it is." That's what I feel.
Yeah, then I definitely would go back down and get someone from the team, or at least let them know that I'm like, hey, I'll get back down there. I think I found the room, but yeah, okay. I realized that as I was like, here I am, and I looked around, I had absolutely no idea what I was looking for.
Okay.
Maybe I could assist.
Yes, I think someone who has good eyesight should come along.
I have fine eyesight. I just don't know what it is I'm looking for.
And at that time, you hear Styx say, "I know exactly what it looks like. Would you like me to come with you guys?"
Yes, please.
You hear as you guys are talking down the hallway, one of the servants say to another servant, "What do you mean he wants us to get all the water?" And she's like, "I don't know. He just said all the water." And they're like all of it? And she goes, "Yeah, like all of it." "That's a lot of water." "Yeah, I know it's a lot of water." So yeah, you guys can head on up. Who's going up now?
Sounds like you and
Rufus.
Rufus.
Rufus the doofus.
Okay.
And me and Jake are staying downstairs to receive the water.
Yeah, that's fine. So Rufus goes upstairs with Styx now. Rufus, I'm going to need you to roll something to make sure nobody sees you going up here. I know that there's nobody around, but people could return at any second. You know there's guards up here.
Yeah, well, as I'm going up the stairs, I'm gonna survey. Not just the top of the stairway, but look down the hallway.
You should definitely look to make sure you don't walk into a guard. That makes sense.
Yep. And have Zinc kind of point out, which direction we're going, so I can sort of foresee, where we're going and what corners I need to check.
People could use stress to assist you, or you can just roll it. You have good survey. This is going to be risky for standard effect.
Ooh, a 3, a 2, and a 4.
A 3, a 2, and a 4.
Okay,
so the consequence, so you get a success with a consequence. So the success is you walk upstairs, you look around, you don't see anyone. It's clear, doors open. You go inside and Styx goes right with you. The consequence is from downstairs, some servants come wheeling out a very large vase with all of the water in the house in it. They somehow have managed to gather up all the water in this time as some time has passed.
These idiots, that's not what I said.
And they are sitting there and they're going like, "I'm so sorry, sir, but I just I didn't want to bother you, but I didn't know exactly what you wanted me to do. No. So I've gathered up all the water in the house and I would like to present with you whichever water you would like, because I don't know how to test it, because then I have to drink it. But if I drink it, then it's gone. So which water would you like?"
I walk over to the table and
there's like 50 glasses on this push cart.
I take my finger and I lick it. And I start putting my fingers around each glass. And I do it one by one.
And as you're doing this, she looks at all of you and she says, "Oh, where is Mr. Boucher?
They had to go to the
he's
bathroom.
thirsty as well."
Yes, they needed the restroom. They drank too much brandy and it went right through them.
And I grab one of the glasses.
Gives
I
him-
drink one. Like, that'll be great. Well, you can return all this now. And I put the glass back.
Right. I'll take these back shortly. But does no one else want water? I feel like I should ask Mr. Boucher if he wants some water.
No, he
I think-
strictly told us.
Here. I'll take his cup. I'll hold it for him.
What
When he gets
action do
back,
you
I'll
guys
make sure.
use to get this lady just to walk back and not go hunt down Mr. Boucher for his water? Because she thinks he wants water too, and he doesn't want to upset him.
I'm going to use sway, obviously.
Okay. This is risky for standard effect because if you
Okay.
fail, she's going to go looking for him.
You got this.
All 3 5s.
Is that a triple
Okay.
mid success?
No, it's just a success with a consequence. So you tell her that that she does not want water, and so they believe you and proceed to put all the trays back. And she says, "Very well, I will be returning this to." And there's 2 people. Remember, they both came out to like deliver it. And she says, "Very good. I'll have this returned now." And the other person takes the tray and pushes all the water back, now knowing that they're going to have to wash all of these dishes after Arlo licked all of them and touched them and messed with it. But there was 2 of them. One of them pushed the water back. The other one remains downstairs and says, "So you're free to return to the rooms if you like."
Actually, I could use some brandy. If you wouldn't mind going and fetching me some and bringing it back, that'd be great. All the brandy, though, to see which one is best.
She actually states, she says, yes, actually, all of the alcohol is located in the fuck is the room I called it? Like the den.
If you don't remember, I don't have to go there.
So you just want to stand in the foyer. Surely you'd be more comfortable in the den, or
It's quite nice here.
Yes, we'd like to be away from others at the moment, and we will return when our friends join us.
Yes, we're actually
so please.
trying to have a private conversation, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yes.
This is between
she
A
kinda-
and B, and you can see your way out.
Yeah, she kind of snaps her fingers.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Wow.
She kind of snaps her fingers, and the person pushing the water stops and opens a door, and then like somebody inside pulls the cart inside, and she looks at him and she says, "If you can please go get all of the brandy and bring it to
Just a sample of each.
the young lady here. The missus. She would like to have all of the brandy." And the person who's pushing the cart, yeah, the person who's pushing the cart just kind of
I don't want to hurt them.
smiles, just like the most broken human who has the worst fucking job dealing with the most shitty people.
Hey, to be fair, she's dealing with us and we know we're not going to kill her. So this is keeping her from someone else who might try to kill her.
And then she turns and says, "Right away, miss. I will go bring you all of the brandy." So she leaves to go get it.
Great.
But there's still that person standing at the bottom of the foyer who's now there. We will cut to Rufus and
I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Styx, who
I
is
was talking to her, obviously.
upstairs.
How did my
Yeah, we
What
specifically.
do you guys
wanted
roll
that
to find the thing?
I'm gonna roll survey again, but I'm going to I'm gonna push myself.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay, so go ahead and roll survey and push yourself to see if you can hunt down the amulet of Qatar.
This is still risky standard.
It's getting desperate because now you can't get back down. You've been in here for a while, and you actually hear footsteps from the guards who are like, I didn't find anything. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was the wind. It's not the wind.
We're underground.
So yeah, give me a desperate with standard effect.
And I get an extra dice, right?
Because you're pushing yourself, yeah.
Then I give myself a stress.
You give yourself 2 stress.
2 stress. Oh my God. 3, 5, 6, 2.
Very
Nice.
good.
Don't forget to give yourself a little level up point there.
Yeah, tick a
that's
point in your insight because you're surveying.
I got it.
So you look around for a while. It takes a minute because there's a lot of stuff in here and you don't want anyone to know you were here. So you have to be very careful. And after looking for a bit, you do see something that matches at least an amulet's description. In the back corner of the room, there's a glass case. And inside this case, you see an amulet. And the amulet is a depiction of an eye. And the pupil of the eye is a small gemstone. And it appears to be made of gold and silver. It looks quite valuable. It appears to almost radiate some type of unfound ability. Like you just know this is not just jewelry. This is something valuable. And Styx comes and looks at it and he says, "That is the Eye of Qatar." And Styx reaches over to open the glass case. And as he does, you hear the guard walk back to the door, which you did close behind you, smart enough. And he returns to standing guard at the door. And he goes to pull the case open. And it's locked.